Okay. Hello, Ben Thomas here, and I'm at the UK Drum Show 2022. So my gig with Rag and Bone Man, which is my main gig, is great. It's really cool. I've been on it since I was 27, so 2013. It's built from a small place to a fairly large place, and growing with that project's been insanely interesting. Lots of stuff along the way. We came off a UK tour last year, finished up in November. We're just about to go back out again in April. Got some rehearsals, hopefully, pretty sure we do. And then we're straight into a festival run, which is going to see us through the whole summer. UK, Europe, which is going to be insanely amazing for the first time in a long time. And then we're going to the States for a run in September, which would be great. So the rest of the year is looking pretty cool on that front. So yeah, exciting. To be honest with you, it's quite easy because both parties are extremely understanding. BIM have been amazingly supportive throughout lockdown because there hasn't been much gigs, but there's been plenty of opportunities to teach, plenty of opportunities for people to actually listen and learn and develop and upskill, and it's been great. And they've been so awesome. I mean, it kind of works hand in hand as well. And as long as you're not away for the whole year of the teaching, they've made it fit really nicely around everything. So when we're away, we kind of hook up and do things from online for the students. So they're getting a kind of experience of what a stage setup might look like. And then you can come back into the classroom and share the knowledge with the students, which is great. And that could be knowledge from how to hang out on a gig to actually how to play the gig, to what to do, what not to do, and all of that sort of stuff. So it kind of works in a very nice cycle that way, and it kind of feeds itself, which is great. And as I said, both parties are extremely good at managing that situation, and yeah, it's cool. So my teaching qualification, that was a PG Cert, which is a postgraduate qualification in learning and teaching, and BIM thoroughly supported me throughout that. They put me up through it, funded it, and it was probably one of the best things I've ever done. Being as into teaching as I am, and have been since I was the age of 22 when I first started teaching, mid-30s now, without giving too much away. Yeah, it's always been a passion of mine, and it's constantly growing and evolving, and BIM were amazingly supportive with putting me on that. Learning about the psychology of teaching, how people learn, what to teach, what not to teach, what I need to do in a classroom versus what the students need to do. In basic terms, it's all about what the students are doing, and how they're developing in the classroom as opposed to what the teacher is doing, is one of the things that I found, amongst many things. But I kind of got into this whole cognitive load theory channel with it all, which is how people understand chunking of information and actually leaving with something. Every student leaves a lesson with something in their heads that's fully kind of fleshed out, so they know exactly what to do with a piece of information, rather than just kind of bombarding students with loads of information, and so they come out thinking, what the hell did I just do? So that was kind of like what happened there, and it's kind of sparked a new kind of academic side, which I didn't really know was there, I've never pinned myself as an academic, but maybe there's something in there. So who knows where that's going to stop? I think it's just going to keep going. So I first brought a Gretsch Brooklyn that I had on tour. I think it was a festival we were playing Reading, and that's when the lovely Dave Phillips spotted me and came up and had a chat with me, and then we got on very well and signed with Gretsch, and from there I got another Brooklyn, which I'm still using, which is great. And since then I've bought two broadcasters, one of which is my kind of dream kit that I've just bought, and it's just the most amazing thing ever that's currently in my studio, that gets used an awful lot, but they all get used, like they're all great. But I'm playing a broadcaster at the moment, which I'm kind of falling in love with even more every day, which is great. So yeah, totally into it. To give some context, we did a C2C festival in London at the O2, and unfortunately her usual drummer got injured, and a really nice guy, great drummer called Mark Schlaw. And I did a podcast with him, or he did a podcast with me, it's his podcast, called 180 Drums back in the day, and that was in 2017, I think, when we were touring. And we got on really well, and he was great, and we kind of made a good connection there. And then they were coming over to the UK, and he just hit me up a few weeks from the gig and said, "Hey, look, I can't come. Do you fancy filling in for me on this show?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great." Really cool music, really interesting set. Country music, which is a bit of a new thing for me, but it's pop elements as well. But some really cool rhythmic stuff going on there. Some odd bars and like country stuff, like rhythm following the vocal. But yeah, great tunes, and she's awesome. And they're out on tour, I think, in the States next month, or this month now. So yeah, keep a lookout for that because she's great. But yeah, that was a cool run.